Alright, so I'm going to be presenting about the Hydra today. A picture is provided of the Hydra to the left. So, the Hydra's taxonomy. It is in the kingdom Animalia, subkingdom Eumetazoa, phylum Cnidaria, subphylum Medusazoa, class Hydrazoa, subclass Lepidolinae, order Anthomedusae, suborder Capitata, family Hydridae, and genus Hydra. Here is the kingdom tree of the Hydra. It is in the kingdom Animalia, which means it possesses a cell membrane, a peptidoglycan cell wall, a nucleus, a multicellular organism, and uses its mouth to eat. Here's the phylum tree of the Hydra. It is in the phylum Cnidaria, which means it possesses multicells, a dipoblast, and radial symmetry. Here's the subphylum tree. The Hydra is in the subphylum Medusazoa, and that means it possesses radial symmetry, and a medusa. These three classes are represented are the different categories of Medusazoa, including Psychophozoa, Cubozoa, and Hydrazoa. The Hydra belongs in the class Hydrazoa, which means it is polyp dominant. So the systems adaptations of the Hydra are three notable ones. The first one are its cnidocytes. Hydras use cnidocytes for feeding and defense. The Hydra extends its cnidocytes around its prey to wrap around its food. The cnidocytes contain nematocysts, which contain neurotoxins that stun and kill its prey to make catching it easier. The second systems adaptation of the Hydra is its morphollaxis. Hydras can regenerate damaged tissue very well through a budding-like process. In fact, if a portion of the Hydra is cut off, the severed portion will grow into an entirely new Hydra, and the original Hydra will grow back whatever portion was severed. Again, through a budding-like process. The third system's adaptation is that it possesses two types of reproduction, asexual and sexual, depending on and uses either one. It uses sexual reproduction when environmental conditions are bad, including winters coming or there's a lack of food. The fertilized egg develops a hardy outer coating, and the egg then sinks down into the bottom of the pond or lake and settles there until the conditions improve. And normally it uses asexual reproduction by budding, and that happens when there is food and environmental conditions are good. So the fossil record of the Hydra. It is speculated that the Hydra dates back to the Vendian late Precambrian period. However, legitimate fossil records limit the Hydra to the Cenozoic era, which occurred about 65 million years ago. Hydras mainly consist of water and do not have any bones, which causes them to have a lack of distinct fossil impressions, which is why it's limited to the Cenozoic era. There's no proof that it stretches back further. So the global distribution of the Hydra. The Hydra is distributed generally everywhere. It can be found in any relatively unpolluted freshwater source, including lakes, ponds, streams, rivers, etc. It's found in almost every continent and generally exists in a moderate and tropical climate. So it won't be found in Antarctica. So the food web of the Hydra. Hydras are secondary consumers and heterotrophs. They consume plankton, they consume water fleas, daphnids, and other small insects, microorganisms. It is consumed by bigger organisms such as fish, dragonfly nymphs, snails, and water boatmans. A food web of the Hydra is provided by here. As you can see, Hydras are eaten by fish and water boatmans, and Hydras themselves eat daphnids and other microorganisms. And here's my bibliography.